Well, welcome to episode 5 of The Drive Home. We just saw Late Night with the Devil. I'm Jason.
I'm David.
I'm Todd.
I'm Taylor Swift.
And I'm Matt/Taco.
Thanks for joining us. As we always do, we took a quick sampling of a few comments from our... Gosh, Matt, how many followers do we have now?
I think we were at about like 70 some followers as of before I checked. I'll get a live update in a moment.
How many of them did you pay?
72.
So you paid 72 or we have 72 followers?
No, I'm going to check how many
72
we
are
have.
paid, the other 5
Wow.
are your mom.
And
How many are bots?
and we should say that Jose is not on a special assignment tonight. He is actually sick, so...
I'm so sorry.
Thoughts and prayers?
Thoughts and prayers.
Vomiting like
For a speedy recovery.
We have currently 81 followers.
What?
I had to stop the
on the
car.
gram.
Oh,
It's because of our debut
yeah.
episode.
yeah,
Since
for,
you guys started
Yeah.
following me.
for
Yeah.
sure. All right, well, let me get into the safe. And we have some comments to read. I think we have 3, so I'll let the 3 in the
Let the
back
back
seat
seat.
do it.
Lord. Oh, these are nice size font too. Wow.
My assistant,
Yeah.
Kimmy, did that.
That's good. Good for a nighttime read. It says, @user312 says, your whole show seems fake, .. like the moon landing around the earth or vaccinations. Are you guys actually driving or even going to the AMC theaters? Wow.
whoa, fighting words.
So
We are.
some naysayers.
Doubters.
Should we pass the AMC sign and show everybody that is actually where we're driving home
if
from?
you'll notice,
I got 'em
the
in the
car
arm.
is moving. And yeah, show them your cup.
Yeah,
cup.
and I haven't even been cold. Now, Jose probably got one of the fake vaccinations. That's why he's not here. But that's a different story.
I will agree with you, though, the moon landing was fake. Don't you think?
Well, Earth isn't really round. It's more
No
like a
comment.
sphere.
All right.
Our second user, @Jacob38972, says, David looks like he'd like to get getting farted on.
Is this Jacob from
wow.
last week?
Yeah, Jacob38972.
Yeah.
Didn't you used to date a Jacob?
Oh, David, you do have an affinity for an every 5-year gas situation. Is that not true?
I do. Every 5 years I have an accident. But it's not that year.
This is not the year.
So you're wrong, Jacob.
So, for the record,
And I don't have an affinity for it. I don't enjoy it.
you don't like to get farted on.
No.
Okay.
That happens accidentally.
Sorry, Jacob.
I'd maybe let like Jennifer Lopez fart on me. And then I got to meet her, but
J-Lo, you heard that, right?
Sponsored by J-Lo's Farts.
Tonight's episode sponsored by Pepto-Bismol for J-Lo.
This is my farts now. All right. The third comment comes from @MeanTwink. Says, where are Michael and Todd? And what are these special assignments they're always on?
Good
Now, wait. It's usually when you're at the beach, right?
It's
Yeah.
the beach in the winter,
Okay.
Mexico in the summer.
Yeah. I mean, I was in LA. I just got back. I was getting ready for Beyonce's new album.
I was
out
in
tonight,
Philadelphia.
Comes out. So press releases. Pretty heavy, pretty hefty.
I was also in Philadelphia, putting the Liberty Bell back together.
Oh, boy.
such noble work.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
you guys are out there also gathering sponsorship for the drive home. Now that we've read our user comments.
Now that we've read our user comments,
let's cue the music.
cue the music.
All right. So we saw Late Night with the Devil. A brief synopsis. It's set in the 1970s. There is a shisty talk show host, and he's trying to salvage his ratings. So he puts on a real crazy Halloween special, and they have a magician on there and a naysayer, guy who really didn't believe anything. And then there was a live, not exorcism, but I guess conversation with the devil on television, and that's where we'll leave it.
Yes, there was.
So I think we should do our quick rating, and then we'll start talking about our the movie and the AMC experience. So on the count of 3, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways. 1, 2, 3.
Mixed bag.
Ooh.
I can't see Matt.
What was Todd's
thumb.
thumb?
That's a
I have thumb up.
Oh, okay.
Thumb up.
Thumb side.
It was hilarious.
Okay.
I laughed.
It was the funniest horror movie I've ever seen.
Wow, good mixed bag here.
Yeah.
I thought it was real. I thought the first like 75 minutes were amazing, like brilliant, and I just don't feel like they stuck the landing for me.
Correct.
I needed a little more scary at the end.
Had a real
I needed,
Stephen King ending.
yeah, I needed a little more bonkers ending, I think. So, but brilliant. Like I was totally enraptured that first like 75% of the movie.
I felt like they blew the budget on clearly the beginning, and so they just used like 80s movie techniques for the finale of the devil showing up. Spoiler alert. Sorry, spoiler alert. The devil is at the late night show.
And her head splits open.
Yeah.
What was that?
It was honest to God Microsoft Paint.
What?
It was.
Yes.
Was that the idea? Was it supposed to look shitty?
That's what I couldn't realize or figure out.
I was like, oh, it was kind of just like, it took me out of it. I was like, oh, we're watching a low budget movie now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
The low budget worked before.
yes, and
Yeah.
it worked clearly up till that point.
It was funny up until that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they could have leaned into the comedy a little more if they were going to go with that cheesy of a last, 8 minutes.
Well, I think that's the real question is, were they leaning into comedy ever, or did we just find it laughable because it actually wasn't great?
I think they
meant.
I think they meant to.
Yeah.
I think they knew it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they knew
Yeah.
the funny moments.
I feel like horror movies are starting to get the fact
Yes.
that I think they're starting to be part of the joke. now.
100%.
Yeah, a little
Particularly
more
since
camp.
Megan,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Right,
even like
yeah.
Immaculate last weekend still had those funny
Yeah.
moments where they are very aware, tongue-in-cheek.
I just thought there'd be. I can't believe I'm saying this. I kind of like getting jump scared a little bit, and there really wasn't
yeah.
any, which is my bad because I didn't watch the trailer, so I just thought like Devil it would be like more of that.
Did you think it was a rom-com? Did Jose tell you that?
No, I got the genre. I
Oh,
think,
really? Okay.
Not sci-fi thriller.
but I don't really like watching trailers. I like kind of being surprised, and
Yeah.
the title just kind of threw me off with the talk
I was
show.
curious. How did you like the belly worms?
Oh my gosh!
Better
the
than a ham belly?
worms. Yes.
Yeah.
There's these worms that come out of his stomach, and it is so gross.
Yeah.
That part.
Wormy.
But that's not. It wasn't like jumpy. That was just like gross.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you think those worms are related to the sandworms in Dune?
It seemed
That
like
one
it.
big
The
worm
one
did look like the
Like the
worm.
baby
Yeah, the little
worm.
baby worm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also incredibly fake looking. Like
Very
Right.
fake, yes.
I have to think that it was done on purpose, right? Like
Eyeball worm.
But that's kind of the point is, or are they, I think that defeats their point, was that this was supposed to be like actual footage, live television, like this was really happening raw and not produced, and then the production of what was supposed to feel realistic was horribly unrealistic.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so the last, 10, 15 minutes, how do we explain that? Was he in a dream?
Yeah.
Like, he ran away off stage as she murdered everyone.
Right.
Was he like
Spoiler
getting
alert.
possessed maybe at that and like seeing
By his wife?
By his wife.
memory,
So
like-
that was his wife a bad person or a good person?
She
Right.
was the
I
sacrificial
think she was the
lamb.
sacrifice.
Yeah, she's
to make him
sacrificed.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But
Yeah.
if you're already dead, can you die again?
That's a great question.
She's already dead.
Was she
Jesus
like she
did.
was sacrificed a little early? I
What,
think
too
you know,
soon?
like she died a little early, and then he got his wish to be the #1 rated talk show later. It was just like a delay.
She was the sacrifice for him becoming popular, right?
But
Yes,
did
yes.
or to continue his fame.
So did we
Yes.
realize that did he actually kill her and that's what brought this show about?
No, I think the cult kind of afflicted her with a disease, because remember they said she had lung cancer for no great reason.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it was because at the cult he seemingly prayed for his success at all costs.
made a deal with the devil
His
because
Deal with the devil.
His cost being his wife.
Right, with the devil.
Like some music artists supposedly do with the Illuminati as well. I was connecting into that.
Is Jay-Z passing
Yeah.
away
Who do we
soon?
think? What celebrities do we think have also made this deal? That
Well, I mean,
Jack-
J-Lo, skin, face, body.
We love
yeah,
Beyonce, but there's always rumors about Beyonce and Illuminati.
I'm not mad. Based on my interview, I would say yes.
Yes.
Oh, when you
Special
interviewed her this
assignment.
When I interviewed her, yeah,
On
for Cowboy
assignment.
Carter.
How about I was a little afraid that when they were doing the hypnosis.
I was just gonna say that.
Like,
I had- I
was
turned
like,
my
I
head
closed my
away.
eyes.
Ah.
I closed my eyes.
Who here believes in hypnosis in this car?
I've never been
I would
hypnotized, but I
love
believe
to
it.
do it.
want to be
Or
hypnotized.
witness
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so raise your hand if you believe in hypnosis.
I think I do.
And maybe I could.
No, but
Three
my
of us?
friend had it done
That's a
to
good
him.
poll for our
Yeah.
many viewers.
Yes. Do you believe in
Oh.
hypnosis?
Jacob.
Comment below.
Jacob.
Been hypnotized, and if so, please reach out.
Yeah.
We'd
Comment.
like to have you as
We'll
a
have
guest.
you on the show.
Yeah, comment, like, and subscribe.
We won't. If you are from out of state, we won't cover any of your travel expenses,
No.
but we'll have you on the
Yeah.
show.
No. You.
And your name cannot be Lily.
Or Jacob.
The bar mitzvah boy.
So I always do love these horror movies. I'm a big fan of like Paranormal Activity and that
That was
kind of
a good
stuff where it's like you're quote unquote seeing the footage, right? And I think to you guys' point, it did take me out of it when I would have cut the movie after the girl's head split open.
Right.
She killed everyone.
Done.
In the movie, because
Done.
that should have been the end of the broadcast. The whole dream sequence, I'm like, wait a minute, we're supposed to be watching this. How are we watching his dream?
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would have liked a more grounded, and
Yeah.
I would have just rather seen her going and slitting people's throats, like a really like violent, grounded ending, and then just
More of a barbarian energy.
yes,
Absolutely.
Well, there was no explanation of how the technology in the studio enhanced her powers and made her.
I hated that. The little electric things in her
electric
hands.
things in her
and-
hands.
weird.
That was weird.
Because she should have just tricked the fact that she was actually still possessed the whole time.
Well, that's what I actually, because I leaned over to you and
Yeah.
said, "Oh, do you think the devil is still in her?" And we
Yeah.
kind of agreed that was where it was going, only to be wrong.
like maybe a found footage, like a cat and mouse type ending, like leave her and the host in there, just something a little more like you said, barbarian.
I do love her playful name for the devil, Mr. Wriggles.
Yes.
Is it Wiggles or Wriggles?
Wriggles.
with an R,
Yeah,
like
that's what I
rigor
think.
mortis.
into my body.
But I think it's WRIGGLES.
So maybe
Oh, WR,
Like
like,
a
rapper last week.
yeah, or like Wrigley Fields, maybe will sponsor
Ooh.
us.
Ooh.
Or
Yeah.
Wrigley
Wrigley
Gum.
Gum.
Wait a second. Do you think Mr. Wriggles is someone on the Cubs?
Oh, that's true. Could
Perhaps.
be.
That was one of the things that I did love about it, because we were quote unquote watching the live feed from that night, and there were glitches and things like that, and I always liked that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
What about the medium? With
I
its
thought she was more of a
eyeballs.
large, but okay.
the skeptic, you're saying?
Yeah. No.
one who
not
dies?
The skeptic. The one who
Christy.
dies.
Oh yeah,
Christu?
Spoiler
Christu.
alert, he dies.
Christu dies.
Christy
Yeah.
dies in an ambulance on the way to the hospital, but you don't see. You just hear about it
After he vomited up squid ink.
a lot.
Yes.
When his eyes rolled in the back of his head,
Yeah,
that
that was
scared
creepy.
me.
That was
That was
creepy.
That was creepy.
That was creepy.
And then there was like one jump scare when Lily was tied to the chair and kind of lurched
Oh yeah.
at the
Yeah.
For, cracking
Yeah.
neck
June.
sounds.
I actually remember all the characters' names in this movie.
I thought
Yeah.
that when they were playing back the tape, and then they see the image of his wife or whatever, I thought they were gonna do some weird when you play things backwards in devil-ish movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually there's a different
moment
like
that-
a saying, like in those songs they say if you play it backwards, it's
Oh,
like a
yeah.
They should
secret
have asked
message.
you to doctor the
I,
script.
that's what I thought they were going to be doing.
Well, did you notice in the bottom left at the very end there was
yeah, it said,
Yeah.
and so
it said
And so it's done?
Yeah, end in or broadcast ended, and then it said, and so it's done. It flashed in and out of that, as if
Did you just see the glitch on the phone?
no, I didn't.
We'll
I'm
have
sure
to
that
do it in
wasn't
post.
Michael.
What are you talking about, Jason? I think. Is that you, Mr. Wriggles? You're on a drive, Jason!
One of the things that we discovered today, revolutionary. There's little cups outside of the butter station.
oh yes.
Fill those cups with some oily butter. Bring it in the theater when you're halfway down on your popcorn.
and feeling like
Pour
it's dry.
Pour more on.
Yes.
Yes, let's-
And then I copied you when I went out halfway.
Yeah.
And I put some salt in those little things for a halfway salt.
Oh, you put salt in them. What are those cups for?
The butter and
Butter and
salt.
salt.
Butter and salt.
Really?
Yeah.
I just
It's genius.
tip?
I've never seen them
Yeah.
there before.
just
And
invented
now
that
you don't
today.
have to be difficult like me and ask them to fill it halfway so
Correct.
you
Oh
can go
my
butter
gosh.
it
That's
and then
pretty.
come back.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
It's so extra when you do that, David, but I
But-
always appreciate it. And you're never ashamed. I would be so ashamed to be like, hey. can you
I was
give
so
us that?
embarrassed.
It's very
for
common
years.
to layer your butter, but now I don't have to because
Common to layer your butter?
it is very common.
I've
and
never
now
seen-
you don't have to.
I don't know
because
if it's
Todd
common.
found the little cups.
I would say
so
maybe 15% of people.
Should we assign someone
That's
to
a big-
butter your popcorn?
Oh,
That's
hold
a
on.
big
We just had a
percentage of
technical
Technical foul.
issue. Sorry,
Oh
Oh my
folks.
god, this is the new.
the devil's here.
What happened?
The new cap?
Just keep talking.
Oh, your light.
Light went out.
Oh,
This
I
is
thought it
what's
went down.
happening.
I thought
I
it was the new one
I
way.
thought we were
it's
getting
happening.
pulled over.
No.
Oh my god!
God!
All right.
Okay, we just.
Boy, Mr. Wriggles.
Just so
Okay,
you know, we
we're-
just hit a curb.
No, we did.
Mr. Wriggles
Is now the
out
name of this
to
car.
play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
did you
mean-
watch that broadcast live?
Live?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did. I did. Yeah, I was.
76?
I was 77. Yeah, I was there. I was in my late 40s.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. I did love that every time they went to commercial break, they went to black and white. I thought that was very clever for some reason. I don't know why.
thought
that-
Although
Yeah.
I thought so, but I think it should have been reversed.
No, I liked it the way
But
it
because
was.
why would they be black
Yeah.
and white not on
thought that
television?
too, because
Whereas,
it's art.
if anything, television would have been black and white at that
Not
time.
in 77.
Well, no,
It's
but
color.
real
I
life
liked-
wasn't black and
I
white.
liked
color.
the artistic choice.
Yeah,
to
I
make
thought it was
the-
interesting. Now it'll be interesting that Mr. Wriggles is, if he's indeed in the car, if when we do our little commercial for Dick's, will we go to black and white, right?
Right.
No one knows.
We'll see.
Guess we'll find out.
I don't know.
Our sponsor for this week, because of the movie we saw earlier this week, Arthur the King, Dick's Sporting Goods.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love dicks?
Am I getting free shoes?
No, every time I enter, it's like, wow, it really smells like dicks.
I love dicks.
That's one of their new. That's their new slogan, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Go to the smell you know. Dicks. You want some good taste? Dicks.
Well, as podcasters, we like that before every commercial break, he said, and we'd like to thank our sponsors.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank
I
all
really
the dicks
connected.
out there.
Yeah. So, yeah, certainly thanks to our sponsor, Dick's. Do we know what Dick's stands for?
Diving into cock knowingly, stud.
Ah. Who knew?
I mean,
Any other thoughts about the movie?
it was pretty darn bad. I don't think I would tell anyone to see
I
it.
don't think
fun.
it was bad. It
was
was
fun.
like real. Honestly, if they had stuck
Different?
the landing, it would have been like a high
Yeah.
thumbs up for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't forgive like a shoddy ending like that.
Yeah.
But like I was like totally into it. For like I was like yes. Really
agree.
fun idea, very original idea.
agreed.
I was gonna say, David had whispered to me that this was
Real.
based on a true story, which I know I'm gullible, but then he stuck to his guns because I walked out to get a refill and Michael was out there and I was like, this is based on a true story. He's like, no, it's not. And then I came back and whispered to David and he said, yes, it's like,
I really do think that they tried to broadcast, and I think there was a nugget of inspiration for this movie in the 70s.
Inspiration.
he said that there was
I
an
think in the
exorcist
70s they
on-
tried to do an exorcism on TV. I'd have to check my sources because
We're
I'm
gonna
not
have to fact
confident.
check that, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that needs a fact check.
Okay.
But I really do think there was inspiration, like from something like that, and then they just expanded
And
it to this whole.
it didn't go like that kind
No,
of wrong.
Right.
Well, no.
With all of our profits
It
from
was
the
probably
first couple
Hooey.
episodes, did we hire that guy Steve to do our fact checking for us?
Steve is doing fact
Yeah,
checking.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just making sure.
That's
we'll,
good. So now, like, I've gotten wrong, genres from Jose, wrong inspiration from David. I
And the
just feel
truth from.
like Michael.
Thank you very
always.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Todd, you want to sing us out?
I can.
Should we bow our heads?
Yes.
Pray to the devil.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. Looking real fine with some mighty fine wine, and I don't know the words to heal. Johnny rising up your boat. Da-da-da-da, go.
Well done. You got like three words in there. Good.
You guys, that's going to get us at least 8 more likes and followers.
Like and subscribe.